This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.
All righty, we are back. We're here. We're ready to go. We're in a park, second floor poker room. Where they're working on another boxing card, so we'll keep you updated on all of that. Here he is, the man, the myth, the legend that is Alain Poupart. Mr. Poupart, how are you doing? Why do you look so like
because I'm in front of a window. Let me turn around here. I think it might work better.
Yeah, what the hell is that, bro? It's like
there, is that better? There you go. Right.
Okay, I'm seeing delays, so it'll take a couple seconds for me to see. Sean says it's better, and then we'll. Oh, I see. It's the glare. That's what it was.
Yeah.
It looked like you had like a screen or something in front of you, actually. So it was the glare, bro. Okay.
No, it's in front of a window.
Okay, I got it now. All right, the glare was terrible. All right, so how you doing? You doing all right? You feeling good?
Can't complain.
All right. You where you at the convention center?
The Indianapolis Convention Center, second floor.
I love it. All right. Have you had Steak and Shake already?
I have not. I have not had St. Elmo's. I have not had Harry and Izzy's. So no.
Okay. All right.
Going to Kilroy's tonight though. You'll like that.
Ah, there you go. You're gonna hit Hilario's? The
What's
Italian
Hilario's?
place? Remember the Italian place that we take the taxi?
Oh, that's right. Maybe we'll see.
If you want, I'll send you the number so you can call for a reservation ahead of time.
Okay.
Because you know that place gets packed.
They all get packed.
Well, but I mean that place gets packed during this week, especially because of the stupid combine. So if you want, I'll send you the number just in case if you want to go over there, because I gotta go there once a week once I'm there for sure. Next year I will
did
drag
you just call
you.
The combine stupid?
No, it's just the stupidity of the craziness.
Well, that's because everybody's here.
Right, everybody's here. So there's more people. You go to PF Chang's and you got to freaking wait because there's a whole bunch of people eating at PF Chang's. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That happens sometimes. All right, so let's have a little fun here. How did you read into the X comments? Because I still felt like the door was open there. Some people were like, "Oh, well, they're going to bring him back," and they're going to try, but it wasn't like the conviction that Flo had last year was a little bit stronger. Now, it was positive to hear Greer say what he said, but I can't say that it was concrete.
Yeah, it felt pretty concrete to me. And he also acknowledged that it's like if he's willing to play on the same deal, we'll gladly accept that. But I don't see that happening. Right. Which meaning he understands that he's going to have to massage the contract again. And no, I totally read into it as we're not trading him. And I have stated the case many, many times that they shouldn't trade him because it creates a massive hole if they do, and I don't care about how much cap space you save. And no, I completely took it as he's not going anywhere. We'll make it work. And again, who knows if it doesn't come out to be another situation where they do something extra for 2022 with a promise to revisit it next offseason, and next offseason is when they make the deal. But they've operated as if they're on the verge. It's not a rebuild. And again, they were a game out of the playoffs each of the last 2 years. So
it's not a rebuild.
Yeah. Well, correct. So it makes no sense to trade your best player to get picks or cap space when you're trying to win now. That would make no sense. So, yeah, based on what he said, I wasn't fully expecting X to be on the team.
The only thing I see is we're going to have conversations and see if we can come to some sort of resolution. That's not concrete. And then he says, my anticipation is that Xavien will be here next year. So it's not, it's saying all the right things. And I think that conversation, the way I read it was, we'd like to have him back at our price. Now, if it gets a little crazy, well, we tried to come to a resolution, but we couldn't come to one. So I think that's what it is. Now, here's where I do see it positive, where I think he is going to find a home here now. is I don't hear, his agent talking, and I don't hear him talking about how unhappy they are with the situation, which is a mirror difference from what we saw last time. That last time there was some public gripe. There is no public gripe now. So that tells me that maybe behind the scenes, it's working out, in a civil fashion.
Well, it's also February, so I think the more telltale sign,
Great point.
the more telltale sign will come like when the offseason program starts April 4th,
Right.
if he shows up. And I think David Canner was very, very consistent last year, and he never said anything. It was X who just did,
right,
who physically showed his displeasure by not showing up in the offseason program, and then made the request on Instagram. And then going back to Chris's comments, I mean, he's smart. He's got to leave himself an out. To me, the way I see it, the out is if somebody blows him away with a trade offer, which I don't necessarily anticipate because of contract age and all that. So, like I said, it's not 100%, but I'm very confident, more so than I was 2 weeks ago, that X will be with the Dolphins in 2022.
All right, great, because I love the way you answered that, because you lead me into a perfect segue. All right, Chris Grier left himself an out on this one. He didn't leave himself an out on Desean Watson.
Nope.
So how did you read into that? And I know you and I have had this discussion before. If the owner wanted him then, why would he allow the GM to say what he said yesterday? Because why wouldn't he still hold out hope that if they have settlements, we can still go get him anyway if the owner really wanted him that bad? But the way he put the kibosh on it yesterday, it made it seem like what I thought it was all led by flow more than anything else. So, all's in your court, young man.
Okay. Well, first of all, just as an FYI, not that it matters, but I was the one who brought up the Desean Watson angle to Chris. Okay. How did you know? Okay.
Huh?
Okay. Anyway, so that aside, what I think has happened is both Mike McDaniel and maybe Chris, to a lesser extent, have convinced Stephen Ross that this is the way to go. Let's go all in on Tua, and they're going to make it work with Tua, and the offense can work with Tua. And, oh, by the way, Mike McDaniels probably told Chris Grier during the interview process, and Tom Garfinkel and Stephen Ross, we went to the Super Bowl with Jimmy Garoppolo as our quarterback. Tua can be every bit as good as Jimmy Garoppolo. So, and that's no correct, and that right there, that's your selling point. And I think then Stephen Ross was convinced by the people talking to him. That's like, yeah, I think that's the way to go. Let's move on, and let's end all this speculation and put all our weight behind Tua and all the speculation and all that. But then the flip side, which I didn't particularly care for, was then Chris was asking Tua become an elite quarterback, and his answer was, I can't say he can't be an elite quarterback, and that was not the answer as a beat writer of the team I was looking for, and I'm sure as hell know that that's not the answer Dolphins fans were looking for.
No, that's to me. And I like your explanation. The only thing is, if he was really part, allegedly, of the whole Brady thing, and if he really wanted Watson, that sounds to me like a guy that doesn't want Tua at all. You know what I mean? And
no, he's a guy who likes the shiny toys.
True.
And he's a guy. Okay, correct. And if the shiny toy becomes available, like he can be all about Tua, but like, well, sorry, Tua, I love you, buddy, but he's Tom Brady.
Right.
And now at the very least, he looks like he's backed off the idea of Desean Watson. But Brady's Brady, and if Aaron Rodgers became available, which apparently by all indications he's not, he might also say, Tua, I love you, buddy. I know we put all the support behind you, but he's Aaron Rodgers. He's a 4-time MVP. So,
yeah, I found some of those comments interesting. Gesicki, again, kind of left himself an out too, but it looked like the coach said all the right things that he can make Gesicki work. And I think we talked about this already, like a Brent Jones like, you know, he wasn't known to be a blocker, but Bill Walsh found a way to use him out there, you know, as a terrific pass receiver. So I'm wondering if Mike McDaniel really thinks, okay, I don't need to make him Kittle because he'll never be Kittle, but I can make him serviceable at least in that end, so I can at least take advantage of what he really excels at on offense. How did you look into those comments?
Yeah, I think I have a lot more certainty about Ogbah being back than I do Gesicki, and I don't remember if it was McDaniel or if it was Chris who made the statement of like, even though it's not, I think it might have been Chris, even though it's not his forte, the tight end's going to have to block. Even though we can work to his strength, he's going to have to block. So, yeah, and McDaniel again, he's a guy who's very smart. He knows he's very smart, and I think he can. In his head, he's probably going, you know what? Yeah, I can make it work and get the most out of Gesicki. But again, this is not going to be a player who's going to come on the cheap. So, is it worth maybe using those funds that you would have to give to re-sign him and use them somewhere else? That's a question the Dolphins have to answer. I'm still like 50-50 on him coming back, whereas I'm like 85-15, 90-10 on Ogbah coming back.
I agree with you on that 100% because I think you have to bring Ogbah back also for Jalen Phillips. That's what I've been saying. I think it's not just that he's a terrific player and he's turned into a really good player for you, but I think if you want to develop Jalen Phillips, you're going to need somebody on the other side to take some pressure off him. And you and I saw it covering the Dolphins, how Jason Taylor made Lorenzo Bromell and Kenny Mixon and Trace Armstrong and Agunlie and everybody that was opposite of him played their best football opposite of him because
David
you had
Owens.
to worry. Yeah, because you had to worry about JT, bro, because he's a freaking monster. And so, and I'm not saying Ogbah is JT, but Ogbah has turned into a guy you got to worry about because he'll sack, and obviously he's become, you know, JJ SWAT of the East. You know what I'm saying? So he does that too at the same time. So I think it's incredibly important for Jalen Phillips to keep Ogbah.
No, and the other point to me, it goes in the same mindset as with X, is if you decide, well, it's too expensive to keep him, well, that's great, but then you have to replace him. And how much is that going to cost to find a replacement of that caliber? You're not getting that, with the 29th overall pick. You're not getting that kind of guy.
You got 70 plus million, maybe more, right, available. What are you going to use the money for? Keep your defensive end.
Correct.
Yeah, I think it would be irresponsible to lose Ogbah.
I agree. No question about it.
Yeah. So that's the problem there. So yeah, I'm with you there. All right. So let's get into the juicy comments. You guys asked Chris, did you ask him also about the 201 there? And if he's elite, and he said, how is it? I can't say he can't be. It's too early. All right. And so again, Chris does a good job of not allowing himself to be cornered because you're trying to corner him there. Say, yeah, of course he can be elite. And then now you cornered him there. But you can't, phrasing it the way he said it, left everything open.
But why can't you say it? Like he's got to me, the correct answer, he's got all the tools. It's a matter of him continuing his development to reach.
That's what he told you. That's what he told you there.
Well, but you can't say. Well, I can't say why he can't be elite. To me, if you drafted him 5th overall, you should have thought definitively he could be elite.
Okay, but you're hoping they're all elite if you're taking them in the top 10, but you can't say that he is elite because you just never know, dude. You know, Jamarcus.
If you can't say that,
Russell looked like he was, had elite talent. Great arm, all that. It just didn't work out. You know what I'm saying? So lots of guys have come into the league, thinking, oh my God, Vince Young, that performance against USC. Oh my Lord, this guy's ready to go. And it didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? So it's, Trevor Lawrence, you think he's going to be elite. And then the poor kid has a really rough rookie year. You know what I mean? I still think he's going to be elite when it's all said and done. But
It's correct. So if they ask Doug Peterson or or Trent Baalke, can Trevor Lawrence be an elite quarterback? Do you think they hesitate for a millisecond? Even though he had a crappy rookie year by all,
that's
there's
the number
zero
one pick.
chance.
That's the number one pick.
And Tua was number 5. I mean, I can't. I'm a little surprised that you don't have any issue with the really wishy-washy answer. And if Chris says there's
well, it's wishy-washy, it's just he can't tell you that the guy's going to be elite. How many? You say
Big O. Hold on.
By the way, we all were wrong about Ryan Leaf, right? Like when he was coming up,
Big O,
that snow game, we're like, holy crap, this guy's
Big O.
crap.
The question was not will Tua be elite. The question was, can Tua become an elite quarterback? To me, there's zero hesitation that should be had to say absolutely he can become an elite quarterback. And if he doesn't pan out 2 or 3 years, do you think somebody's going to go back? Well, you were wrong. Yeah, I was wrong when it didn't pan out. I mean, to me,
they're going to say, yeah, but they're going to do that to him. That's why. I think that's probably why he did it. So he didn't want to be left. It's the whole. Was it AJ Feely will be the next? We're hoping AJ Feely's the next Dan Marino. Was it AJ Feely?
No.
Who was it? No, it wasn't Fiedler, right?
It wasn't Chad Henne.
No, it wasn't. No, it might have been. No, I think it was Chad Henne.
Okay.
I think you're right, actually.
Okay.
You thought you were wrong, but I think you're right, actually. I think it was Chad Henne.
I thought I was wrong. Turns out I was mistaken.
It's one of those 3. It's Feely, Henne, or
I think it was Henne, actually, now that I think about it.
Yeah, I think it was Henne. I don't know if the listeners want to chime in on that and see.
But to me, if you're going all in on Tua and saying forget about Desean Watson, your answer has got to be more than I can't say he can't be elite. I mean, oof.
Well, he didn't say I can't be. He just said I can't say he can't be. Right? I mean, he didn't say he wasn't.
That wasn't nearly strong enough for me. I'm sorry.
No, I know.
If you're all in on the guy, you got to do better than that.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it's too early and all that stuff because you got to kind of cover your ass if you're him. In a way, I kind of understand that because we always will then burn we're going to be special. I mean, to this day, we still laugh at Jimmy Johnson for saying we're going to be special. And so it's every time when you make one of those predictions, it stays with your ass like luggage, bro, like herpes.
Okay, but then
you can't get rid of that shit.
But the other argument is if you can't even say that he could become elite, why are you shutting the door on Desean Watson? That's why the one comment doesn't mesh with the other.
But hold on a second.
Go ahead.
Okay. Do you really have to say anything if you're not going for Watson and you're not making any moves for any quarterback and you're committed to him and you went and hired a coach that's going to work with him, I think you've already made your statement. That's your franchise quarterback. We believe in him. We believe in him so much that we fired the head coach that hated him. We brought a coach that likes him, and we brought a coaching staff that's going to build around him, and we're going to show you. So in a way, do they really have to say it? They're telling you they're going to build this quarterback to be their elite guy. They're kind of telling you that in a way, right?
Well, no. And then because you know how else it could be interpreted? It could be interpreted as we fired Brian Flores. We hired this new coach who has convinced us that he can make it work and can win big with Tua because he did it with Jimmy Garoppolo, who's not an elite quarterback and who, by the way, the 49ers thought so much of that they traded 2 first-round picks to get their hands on Trey Lance just because they didn't think they needed to do better at quarterback than Jimmy Garoppolo. That's almost the message there.
Okay. All right. That's fair. Hard to argue with that one. What other takes did you come away from with your Q&A on the side from McDaniel or Greer? Any other nuggets that you were focused on?
Well, I got affirmation that what I've been saying all along is the offensive line is going to be about developing and coaching the guys more so than drafting, which is what I've said all along. I even wrote a column about it. And
you don't think they'll sign free agents?
No, they might sign one or two to complement what they have. But this idea of they're picking up for an offensive lineman in the first round or the second round, I'm not seeing it.
No, I think it's an established veteran is what they're going to do.
Correct. And then Chris Greer made it a point to say specifically that Mike McDaniel's got a track history of finding running backs in the mid to late rounds, which kind of suggests to me, again, the idea of an early pick
committee
on a running back. Yep, same deal. That's what's happened before.
Well, listen, I don't mind the committee back if you have a badass line. You know what I'm saying?
But you have to have better backs.
I don't mind that. If your line is going to be a good line, you can get away with the committee crap. If your line is not going to be good, then you better go get yourself a special horse to help you out every once in a while, because if not, you're not going to get it done. Now, in San Francisco, the way they ran things, that's understandable. They had a great line, so they had interchangeable backs. I totally understand that. But you've got to get to that level first before I say, okay, I get it. Your rotational backs will work.
But I'm okay with running back by committee also, but give me B running backs, not C running backs.
Amen.
Which is what the Dolphins have.
Yeah. No, I can't argue with that one. That's a great point on your part. Although, damn, Duke Johnson, he showed me.
To me, he's a B running back.
He ran like one.
Yeah. He's a B running back.
I would like to bring him back. I'd like to see if he can really do it, because what he did in 2 out of 3 weeks, even for the half game that he had 7 for 49, he did way better than I ever imagined, dude. Because I've always viewed him as a pass catcher, not a runner. It's just something that's never happened, and you just wonder.
You can tell the difference the second he comes in the game, how different it looks at running back for the Dolphins.
Yes.
I mean, it was like glaring.
Yes. Yeah.
So
no, I'm with you.
Yeah. No, give me 4 Duke Johnsons. I'd be perfectly fine with that.
Yeah. Yeah. If you have the San Fran line, I'm with you there. Yes.
Correct.
As long as you have a badass line, then you can have the interchangeable backs. That'll definitely work out. What are you working on at Sports Illustrated so folks can check you out, my friend?
Yeah, a lot of stuff. I had the opportunity to have a one-on-one with Mike McDaniel. Actually wound up having to do it through Zoom from the airport because of timing. And I actually tweeted it out, and I haven't yet done my story on it. It's going to be either 1 or 2 stories on that and the highlights of what he said. I had a couple of interesting things to say. And then just posted a story not too long ago on the 2 Boston College prospects here at the Combine, talking about Matt Applebaum and what he did for their development. And it's had some smart aleck saying, I had some smart aleck reply to the posting of the story of like, well, he was going to praise him. Of course, he's going to praise him. He's not going to say anything negative. Well, they talk specifics about what he did for them and how that can apply to the Dolphins. So I found their comments very interesting. One of them actually is a younger brother of Chris Lindstrom, the former first-round pick of the Falcons. Alec Lindstrom is a center, and then Zion Johnson, the guard who played center at the Senior Bowl. Well, he's a guard. He played center at the Senior Bowl and kind of kicked some ass from it from all accounts. So, and then whatever else pops up, I did something else this morning on yesterday I did the Tua comments and the Xavien Howard, and wrapped up this morning with everything else that Chris Greer had to say. And it was like a 24-minute session, which was just filled with nugget after nugget after nugget. And then whatever else pops up at the Combine today. So it'll be busy.
Enjoy those cheese-filled barbecue breads. I will miss them. Sean and I will devour those next year over at what's it called? Brady's? What's it called?
Kilroy's.
It's like Kilroy's. That's it. Kilroy's. Yep. A hell of a bar, dude. Wait till you see it, bro. I love Kilroy's. What a great place. They got so many damn TVs. They're so nice there. They change the damn TVs for you to any game you want. Really good, man. It's a really good bar, man. So enjoy yourself, my brother. I will miss hanging out with you watching the hockey game tonight. All right, my brother.
We'll do that.
Got it?
All right.
Well,
All right,
good.
senor.
And by the way, no worries on this 3-game losing streak, right? I mean, it's 82 games, bro. You got to have a valley, like I've been saying. This is their valley. Big deal. Move on,
Well,
right?
my concern is, if I'm going to be honest, I'm going to be the party pooper here, not Poupart, but party pooper.
Bob.
No,
What
not
about
even Bob.
Bob? Oh,
Not even
okay.
Bob. Is we're getting closer and closer to the playoffs. The style is becoming more and more hardcore, more and more playoff like, which is a completely different
Physical.
game. And I think we're going to find the Panthers are not going to like steamroll everybody with their offense the way they have through the regular season. They need a physical D on the back end to make a long playoff run. That's my concern. But
Okay.
they're a fabulous regular season team. There's no getting away from that.
They can score, bro. They can score, man. That is a fun team to watch. All right, follow him on Twitter at Poupart NFL. Bookmark his Sports Illustrated Dolphins page so you can get the latest on what's going on. He's there at the Combine. He is Alain Poupart. Alain, thank you as always, my friend. Appreciate you.
Absolutely. Have a nice weekend, Big O.
Thank you, my man. There you go. That's our Sports Grill Miami Dolphins report.